Welcome. So, I know it's been a while. I haven't really had anything to film. I might get rid of my jet skis and my KX. So this is about the next big project I have to do. So I'm stripping down my ZX9 with a ZX10 conversion on it. I have a frame and I got a Texas title, so now it'll be completely legal. I can hang up this Vermont plate and be done with it. I don't go the bonded title route just because I've never done it before. It might be easy, it might not be easy. From what I've heard, it's not, so it's kind of a hassle. So I'm swapping everything to a new frame. Also on the new frame, I will take you through parts y'all haven't seen. My backyard looks terrible. Don't worry about it. Got a kid, so I got kid stuff. My frame, they come factory a dark, ugly gray. I painted it basically engine silver. I guess you can buy, AutoZone, O'Reilly's, whatever. And this is it. It's gonna look much better than the dark aluminum color. I'll show you my dirty wood shop too, because this is another thing I like to do a lot is woodwork. It's dirty. Yes, I understand this. I work in dirty conditions all the time, so I'm used to just filth. It's terrible, I know. Anyways, on my extra bolt bends, my wife's grandfather gave them to me before he passed away. I mean, they're just a bunch of grade 8 bolts and a bunch of stuff. My grandpa's toolbox I don't really use, so I'll just keep out here. Beat up table saw. This is the silver that I colored. I painted it. It is spray paint, yes, I know that. But the ZX7 that's in there is also spray painted. That same color and that same paint, and it's lasted. You can spill gas on it, doesn't go away. I don't know what kind of spray paint that is, but it works fantastic. So that is the silver, and this is the wood shop. Wood is expensive, but luckily all this was given to me. And mahogany and some white oak, some trim for the house, and it's not insulated, so that's why I don't really work out here. I got this insulation from school. I should have took all of it. They were throwing it all away. I probably had enough to do my house and this building because the school's kind of big, on top of the roof. But that's that. We're gonna get back into the garage. Upside down. A gazebo we never use, and it used to be a pool right here. We filled it in, and the deck hadn't been torn down yet. It looks terrible, I know. Y'all don't worry about that. Oh, there's a little girl. All right, well, that's it. I'm gonna cut you in and cut you out little times here and there when the bike's taken apart. If you're looking for basically a how-to video, probably not this video, just because still no tripod, just hold it by hand. But if you want to do this yourself, I can walk you through it a little bit. Obviously take the fairings off, the bolts that hold the fairings on, which would be these 4. There's a bolt that goes here, a bolt that goes here, and there's a fairing mount that goes there. I've just taken the whole thing off, and that'll fall off. And then the tank has got 2 bolts here, it's got 2 bolts here, but these bolts are hidden by the covers, which are these, which is a bolt here. If it's all factory, if not, I didn't have this, and I don't have this, but there's a bolt here, and there's a little tab right there that goes into some rubber right here. The rear, the rear panels, you have a bolt here, you have a bolt here, you have a bolt here. Same thing on the other side, and it's all one piece because, also you have a bolt, well, you don't actually. It's all one piece because there's a bolt up under, or there's a screw that holds both plastic pieces together, and the tail light holds the whole rear together also. I'm taking it apart just because I have some broken pieces, but I just threw everything up there. It's all scratched up, so I'm not really worried about it anyways. Next, I'll do the nose. The nose fairing, literally just held on by this 10mm bolt. I'm sorry, this one, which is a castle nut, not a castle nut, an acorn nut. That's what we called it anyways, because it looks kind of like an acorn. Those are the same bolts that are held on the mirrors. This bolt, or this 10mm, and this one down here, you pop that off on both sides, and this whole nose piece will come off. You have to take off the mirrors also, which are these two 10mm acorn nuts, and then you see it's already loose, because then this brace will come off also. Once you take off this nut also, if yours isn't stripped like mine was. Then that's all the fairings. Now you have basically the engine, the subframe, the front and rear rim, swing arm, forks, stuff like that. I'll cut back in a little later once I start taking off that kind of stuff and showing you all that. All right, stepping back in, show you where I'm at currently. Subframe is off. If you leave the mud flap on, if you have it, which is the whole rear fender battery tray thing, pull the battery out, undo the wiring harness out from everything, lay it over to the side. Just take these 4 bolts off. This one, this one, this one, and this one. That thing comes off with everything in it. Meaning the rear pegs, the mud flap, the blinkers. I guess that's about it. Obviously gonna take out the exhaust also, or just a slip on. You can leave the rest of the exhaust on. I have taken off the nose, and let me correct myself real fast on taking the nose off. It's just this bolt, which would be a stud coming through with a nut, and same thing, stud coming through with a nut. Pop that off. And for people going, oh, it's probably stolen, that's why he's doing the frame swap. No, I just bought it without a title. You can pause the video, and that's the VIN number. You run it. I don't really care. I couldn't find the guy with the title. It is a Texas motorcycle. I did find that out. I did work for a police department, and I was able to find that out, but legally I can't know his name. Looking it up for personal stuff at work, you can't do that if you find out his name. But it is a Texas title, just running by the old license plate that I have, and of course the VIN number. It has on both sides. Look at that. I don't believe the other ZX9 has it on the other side, but there you go if you want to pause it. But next I'm going to pop the whole cluster off. I should be able to, yes. There are 2 wires, there are 2 plugs right here. Pop those off. This harness stays with this whole thing. It's 2 bolts, which is here and here. Acorn nuts on the other side, and the bolts on that side. Pop them off, and it comes out. And this whole thing will come off. I'll go ahead and pop off the front fender. I may drain the fluids. I need to take off the pegs, both sides. Need to take off the, I'm not sure how I'm going to do it. If I'm going to take, because the chain is a rivet link chain, and I don't want to break that, seeing as I don't have a rivet tool right now. I need to just go ahead and buy the cheap eBay one again. I bought 2 of those and I broke both of them. So I'm not sure if that's the best idea or not. Probably pop the carbs off pretty soon. I want to try to leave as much possible on the engine. I'll probably take the carbs off, take the fuel pump out. I will pop out the coils, which is just this bolt and this bolt. Comes off, it's got nuts on the back. Bolt, bolt, nuts on the back. Let's go ahead and take the throttle cables apart from here, pop them off, label them so you don't mix them up. And then I'm not sure where I'm gonna go from there. But I will bring it back in once I do that. Probably drain the fluids, pop the radiator off. Try to leave most as possible. This is part of the, this big bar at the bottom is part of the motor mount. So probably one of the last things to take. So you get this motor, this is a motor mount, it goes to the front. You can't see it. There's 2 bolts here that go through the engine. Then you got these 2 Allens and a bolts on the back, and then the same other side, exact same spot, Allens, bolts, and then these 2 Allens pop out. this cradle comes off, it is a pain in the butt, I tell you what. Take off the headers, and the motor should drop out after that. Well, it will drop out, not should, but then I'm not sure, because I'm going to be swapping out the bearings on the front. These are really just, they're loose. I can tell they're probably at its end, and plus I should have done it whenever I had the neck board to fit the bigger forks, but he left the bearings in, and of course had grease on them, so metal shavings did get on the bearings, and it was notchy for a while. You know, you like click because the metal that's inside there. And then I'm assuming it's ate enough of it to where the racers are messed up, and now the bearings are messed up also. But I do have new neck bearings here. So, and I knew I had neck bearings. I knew I was going to be doing this, so I didn't really worry about it too much. But that's it. I may just go ahead and post this video now, because I don't know. Maybe not. Who knows? No, I'm going to wait. I'll wait till it's torn all the way down. This will be kind of part one. And then part two will be basically building the motorcycle back. This is the paint. So it's the same paint. It's held up. I mean, fantastic. The frame looks fantastic. There's no scratches, no nothing. I mean, it's great. The swing arm, same thing, except for I got a little too hype with the power washer. Got pretty close, and I'm assuming it's pretty thin right there, so it started flaking off there, unfortunately. But that's it. I'm gonna pause it here or stop it here and pick back up when some more parts are off. Welcome. All right, pretty close to getting this engine out. I have got this brace off. I got the headers. Everything is off. Radiator's off. Made a little mess. Whatever. Carbs are off. Only thing that's holding it in right now are these two bolts in the back. This one and this one. I've already got the nuts off. I've got the little lock nut things off. Those are already off. So I'm going to get my jack out and basically put it up under the engine and get it out of here. I will put it on. I guess that's too big. I guess I'm going to take this engine off of this one. This is another ZX9. Well, it's a bottom end of one. Anyways, roll it out. This is my spare parts engine. Sort of, kind of, not really. Bottom end's fine. I've ported and polished the head for it. All I need now is put the head on and pistons, of course. Now, really, the reason why I haven't done anything with this one exactly is because I want to put a big bore on it. They make a 950. I think it's like a 950 kit. It's from Wiseco. Just funds right now are not necessarily available. In the middle of selling my ZX7. Fortunately and unfortunately, a buddy of mine has got a 01 C5 Corvette. So $8,000. I can't really pass that up. So I know most people think it's stupid, but I'm probably gonna keep the ZX9 just because it's faster. This one is really fun and nice, but I can get the most money out of the ZX7 just because people want that and not this. So that's that. I'm going to get this engine off this little roller, slide it back in there, and then put this engine onto that just to help it roll easier, because I'm going to clean this so it basically looks brand new. When I put it into that frame, it's going to look, it looks great also. So I will probably end up posting this video now, just because, I mean, I'm going to pop the engine out, pull the swing arm and forks, and be done, and that's it. And take the wiring harness off, clean everything up. My next video will be putting this together. So we will talk to y'all later. Good morning, fellas. Well, this is what it looks like right now. That's everything. That's the motor out. Of course, it's still together somewhat. I gotta get it out. I've ordered the paint for the rims already. It's gonna be the Kawasaki green. Actually, the newer. It's a 05 and on, the lime green. So paint code 777. I'm doing the rims that color. just the rims. The swing arm's gonna be the same color as the frame, but this is as far as I got. I pulled the engine last night, and my wife was 9 months pregnant, and she opened the door and said it's time to go. So she pushed out my son last night, or this morning, I guess, at 1:23 a.m. But give you a quick update, and I'm gonna get out of here so I can actually post it now. I know the last time I stopped, I said I was gonna post a video, but couldn't leave it hanging on just the me telling you what I was gonna do. So we will talk to you all later.